Hi there everyone, it's Misty here. Welcome to today's video. Today I am doing a full face of NYX cosmetics. I have an entire basket here. Just as a disclaimer, this was all purchased before my no buy in 2020. So all the makeup that you're gonna see on my face for the next however long was all purchased before 2020. Because if you didn't know, if you missed my last beauty video, I'm actually doing a no buy and a project pan for 2020. And there's a whole video where you can read more about that. So this is a full face of NYX. Two things I don't have. One is a highlighter and the other is a powder for my under eyes. I don't normally like to set my under eyes, but I kind of feel like I need it with this concealer. This is not a full face of first impressions. It was yesterday when I filmed this video. I actually got up, put my makeup on. I mentioned in that video that I kind of want to do my makeup 3 days a week. And my friend was coming over and we were going to lunch. And I thought, oh, I'll just film a video and get ready. And this is the professional, what's it called? Micro brow pencil in chocolate. This is way too red for me, but I'm gonna put it in because I don't have a better one from them. So so I did this full face yesterday, and I'll insert a picture. And I was looking good. And then she was here until like almost 4, and then I didn't get anything filmed. That was what I meant to say. I wanted to film a couple of videos yesterday, one of them being my word of the year. So I'm actually filming this on Wednesday. Is it Wednesday the 8th? Yeah. So it's Wednesday the 8th. It's the anniversary of us getting Roxy. We got her January 8th, 2016. If you don't know who that is, who are you? I don't even know you. She is our little kitty Catos. Catos, not Gatos. I know that Gatos is the Spanish name, but I started calling her Catos and it's kind of stuck. Along with 29 other nicknames. I'm going to clean this up with. The brows yesterday look like crap. The brows today probably going to look like crap. And I didn't see a pomade, that they had a pomade. So I just got a pencil, but you guys know I like to use a pencil and then use a pomade because I just don't have much brows. I'm considering getting castor oil, which I don't consider part of my beauty budget because number one, I don't already have it, and number two, it's not necessarily it's not makeup or something like that. It's something I already don't have in my collection, and it would be something that is helpful, kind of more skincare-ish kind of things. If you didn't know, castor oil can help you grow out your eyebrows and your eyelashes. I'm wondering if it would work on like my hair. Can I put castor oil on my scalp and grow some hair? I do put oil on my scalp the night before I'm going to shampoo. I have a really dry scalp. Sometimes, especially in the winter, it can almost look like I have cradle cap. If you don't know what that is, sometimes babies have really bad dry skin on their head from when they're born. And you take a little bit of like baby oil and a toothbrush and you can just kind of rub it off their head. I don't have any babies, but I worked with infants for 6 years, I think. And so I dealt with some cradle cap a couple times. But anyway, so this is not a full face of first impressions, unfortunately, but I just tried all this stuff yesterday, so yeah. And I have a full face except for a makeup palette or eyeshadow palette. So yeah, hopefully you guys can see. One of my goals this year, if I want to make makeup videos, I'm not a beauty guru. Let's just put that out there. I'm just some fat girl who likes to play with makeup. But one thing I have on my Amazon cart is a TV monitor so I can at least have a monitor because I'm blind. I'm not legally blind, but like my eye is 2.25 and then 0.25. So I can see my viewfinder because I use a camcorder. I don't use a DSLR or whatever because I hate having to stop and restart it. So I use a video camera. But I can't see like if I'm hiding or if I'm, I just can't see. So I thought maybe I'd get a monitor. And I think like I'm going to get a TV. It's like a 19-inch TV is like less than $100. So that's on my list. Pick up an eye primer from NYX. The one thing to know about NYX, if you haven't bought a lot of makeup, it is a drugstore, but it's high-end drugstore. I mean, it's expensive. So, I bought like the bare minimum. I was mostly excited to try the Born to Glow foundation and the Born to Glow concealer because I really, really like a dewy foundation and concealer because I am very, very dry. So I like that look. Not everybody does. So I'm just blending out that concealer on my eye. It's going to be my eyeshadow primer. I do like a primer that has a little bit of color because you can probably tell. I don't know how well it picks up on camera, but I have a lot of redness. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put my primer on so this has enough time to sit in and soak into my skin because I like to do my eyes first. And then I'll move on to my face. So this is the Bare With Me Jelly Primer. It is jelly. It's like Jello. Misty, where's the lens? So it's like putting Jello on your face. I like it. I'm not going. I like it. But it really is like putting Jello on your face. And the only thing I have on my face right now is my morning skincare routine. And then I put on sunscreen because I was going out today. I don't wear sunscreen unless I'm leaving my house because it doesn't make any sense to put on sunscreen if I'm not going to get any sun. And I have to stay out of the sun or wear a whole lot of sunscreen because of being on immune suppression therapy. Because it can cause you, it increases your risk for skin cancer and colon cancer. Because apparently the skin and your colon, the line, like your colon is made out of the same type of, like your skin is. Whatever that means. I don't know. So I do not have a NYX eyeshadow palette. And that's because they're expensive, number one. I mean, it's like 18 bucks. They have a couple that are like 35. Of course, those are huge, but still $35. I'm not paying $35 for a drugstore palette. If I'm going to spend $34 on a palette, I'm going to get something from like Jeffree Star, which I know is a little bit more expensive, or, whatever I can get that's high end, that's on sale. That's what I'm going to do. So what I did instead was, I bought this highlighter. No, that's not it. Where is it? This is it. So this is their duochrome highlighters. And Ulta had 2 of the 5 colors in stock. One of them was like stark white. And the other was this beautiful orangey color. And I thought this would make a beautiful eyeshadow. And Ulta was having, so like this was like $3. So Ulta had them on sale. So I bought that. And then I bought 3 blushes. So I bought Citron Rose, and they're glowy. And I'll swatch these. Let me do that. What am I thinking? So this, let me start with the highlighter. I'm not a beauty guru. That's why I say it. I'm not a beauty guru. So this is the highlighter. And again, this is the duochrome. So it shifts orange to pink to like bronze or gold. I mean, it's beautiful. So that's the highlighter. Then I got the Citrine Rose Glowy Blush. These are their Sweet Cheeks blushes. And I got this in the glow. So that's Citrine Rose. Pretty. Then I also got Citrine Rose in the matte blush. I know I am a blush fiend. I love blush. I mean, even though my face is red, I still like blush. So that's the matte Citrine Rose. And then I have matte Daydream. Yeah, Daydream. And this one is a lighter kind of pink. And I thought that would make, this is Daydream, I thought that would make a pretty eye look. I'm gonna take the matte, this is the Daydream color, and I'm gonna put this in my crease. One thing I forgot to mention is this. It's not quite as bad as it was yesterday. Yesterday it was real bad. I wax my face. Probably twice a month. Maybe once a month. But I wax my face. I basically wax my beard. Set the hot or warm washcloth on the residual wax and then rub it off. And unfortunately, I rubbed a little too rough on my chin and actually removed some skin. And I was like, what? And it hurt so bad. So it's healing, it's scabbed over, so that's why I haven't worried about putting on makeup on top of it. But yeah, that's what's on my face. So this is a great way to have your products, like, you could literally use a blush for your eyeshadow, your blush, and your lips. In fact, I'm gonna use one of these blushes for lips as well, because I thought the lip kit I bought came with a lipstick, and it didn't. It came with 3 glosses. Like this shirt. I don't know if you guys can see it. So it's the sleeves and like the collar are the florals, and then it's got navy stripe. This is from Torrid. I don't even know if they still have it anymore. This is style. I'm gonna wet my brush. I'm just using my Urban Decay All-Nighter because this is what I'm trying to use up in my project pan. So I'm just gonna, I've wet this. This is Wet n Wild brush. All of my brushes are hella cheap. Unless they came from a BoxyCharm. So I have Wet n Wild, Amazon, and then Shop Miss A. I am going to do a full face of Shop Miss A probably next month. I'm going to try to keep these full face videos to just once a month, because it's introducing even more product into my collection, and the whole goal of the project pan is to get stuff on my collection. So I mean, I've already bought it, so I'm going to use it, but I still want to try my hardest to not bring in so much. Look at that. Can you guys see that? It's so pretty. I don't know if I can zoom in any closer. I hope that is in focus, but so you can see it just like that. Love. It's so pretty. Now, I mean, I don't recommend buying a huge orange highlighter for, you know, eyeshadow, but why not? I'm gonna get some more for my other eye. But again, so if you see a highlighter that has, or if you buy a highlighter palette and it has crazy colors on it, then you could use them, you know, for eyeshadows. Or if, you know, it has only 2 that'll fit your skin tone and the other 2 are a little deeper, you know, use them for eyeshadow. The highlighter I'm going to use in my inner corner, so we'll finish that later. So that's the eye look. Done. I'm going to zoom back out now, okay? Kind of clean blending brush, and I'm going to bring in my powder that I'm going to use on my face. I'm going to kind of go around under my, like around my brow bone, and kind of work this through, since I don't have, you know, a bone color anywhere around. So I'm going to kind of take that down a little bit. And then we're going to get to the face. Okay, so before I go much further, or before I start my concealer and foundation, I'm going to spray my face with the Bare It All, or Bare With Me Prime Set and Refresh. I've already put on a primer, but I find that I need it to sink in, but then I also need something on top, so. This smells really good. It smells good. I feel like I'm way still close, but at least you can see, right? Right. Okay, let's start foundation. So I wore this foundation yesterday, and I feel like I used up like this much of this bottle. This is a 1 ounce. It's 1 fluid ounce. This is the color Fair. And I didn't look at this website. I should have. I don't know if this is like medium to buildable coverage, if it's supposed to be, you know, light coverage. I don't know, but it just feels like it takes a whole bunch to build it up like I want to. I mentioned yesterday in my project pan, I keep saying yesterday, but you guys aren't watching that video. In my project pan, I am using this tinted moisturizer and the custom cover drops from Cover FX, and these are too dark and this is too light, but I have too much redness, so I don't want a tinted moisturizer. If I'm gonna wear makeup, I don't want a no makeup day. I want to look like I'm wearing makeup. Not like cakey, but I want to, I mean, you're gonna look at me and you're gonna know I'm wearing makeup, because 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna have, you know, an eye look on. So I want a foundation that is full coverage, or I can build up to full coverage, because I don't want any redness peeking through. So I'm going to cover up. I may have to add concealer to that blemish, or it's not even a blemish, it's a scar. But the issue I had yesterday, and I'm having it again, is it soaks up so much. And yesterday I was using a brush too, and it soaks up so much product. And it's like, okay, where is this product going? Because I used a whole different sponge. You know, I used a brush at first, and it's like it disappears. So I'm like, where does it go? Come back. And then I just feel like I'm moving it around. You know, I know that it's not blending. This, you know, your sponge isn't meant to blend. It's meant to push it in. And then, you know, you can use a brush or whatever. At least that's what Robert says. And I listen to all the things he says. Anyway, I'm being sarcastic, guys. You couldn't tell. So it's not my favorite foundation ever, and I don't know how glowy it is. Like, do you see a whole bunch of glow? And I know the color, I say this every time I do a makeup video. I know the color looks really white on camera, but in real life, it's really not that bad. In fact, I'll insert some pictures from yesterday. I mean, it's basically my skin color. Like back here, because I have some redness on I have redness everywhere, really. On my arms, on my chest. But Lisa Eldris one time said to match your foundation to the skin, like this part right here of your neck. And so I've tried to keep that in mind. If you don't know who Lisa Eldris is, you should follow her. She's another pro makeup artist. She does Kate Winslet, Carla Delevingne, is that her last name? Nicole Kidman. She's done a lot of very famous people. She has her own line of like lipsticks that are beautiful. She just does really beautiful makeup. And a lot of times she does such minimal amount, and it's just so pretty. So that's kind of one layer. I'm going to build it up because I still have some redness coming through. And that's why I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. It's just not enough for me. But again, I don't know what the claims are. I just know that a lot of people are like this is, I watch Juicy Jazz. I watch her channel, and this is one of her favorite foundations. And so I won't, like, the only time I've ever purchased a high-end foundation based on a YouTuber was back when I very first started kind of getting into makeup, and I was watching Nikki tutorials, and she was using the Kojando foundation, and I bought that from Sephora, and I hated it. But I used it. It also didn't help that I used to think I was, 5 shades darker than what I really am. I was like, I'm medium, and my friend was like, no, you're not. And I'm like, you know what, you're right, I'm not. I also wasn't cool, I'm more warm, so go figure, right? So there's a rumor that Flower Beauty is going out of business. I don't know how true it is, but apparently they stopped selling in Ulta. Like Ulta's been discontinuing, clearancing out all their stuff. But I have stuff to do a full face of Flower Beauty, so let me do that soon. I have a Shop Miss A coming, Profusion. So that's the ghost of January past. But yeah, so, and I'm going to cover that, I guess, with concealer because it didn't cover it all that much. So this is the Born to Glow concealer, and I have mine in the shade Starlight? I don't know. It's probably the lightest color. I don't like the applicator. I hate these spongy tops. Like this. Squeeze them out. So I wore this yesterday, and it was probably more buildable. But just like the foundation, I felt like I had to use way more than I normally would for my face, and that can help, you know, make you look cakey or have, you know, emphasize your texture, etc. So just be aware of that. But I don't think it's going to show up on camera how textured my body or my face looks with this makeup on. So you can see I still have some darkness. Go ahead and add just a little bit more. And some of this is darkness, but some of this is just a shadow because of the way my eyes, I have really sunken in under eyes. So really the only way to kind of fix that is with fillers. And I know Jacqueline gets those fillers, but I don't know. I think I've mentioned this in the past. I was talking to my husband, Rob, about getting fillers. I was like, the only plastic surgery I would probably ever want to have is, well, I want my boobs reduced and lifted. But for my face would be like if we had to liposuction my double chin and get filler in my eyes. And Rob was like, is that what you get on, can you get that on Amazon? And I was like, no. So this is the High Glass, Misty, talk about the product. This is the High Glass powder. This is the same type of powder as like the MAC Studio what's it called? I don't know, but like the Milani powder, Revolution Pro has a powder. It's basically an illuminating powder. So like the new Jaclyn Hill, you know, $900 loose highlighters that you can put on your face. This is the same, basically the same thing. So it's an illuminating powder. I swatched this one and the Makeup Revolution and the Milani one on my arm, and they all looked the exact same. As far as price point, I'm pretty sure the Makeup Revolution is the cheapest. I think this one was $12 or $13. Of course, I didn't pay that because I bought it on sale. And the Milani one you can also catch on sale. And the great thing about buying from Milani.com, number one, they do Rakuten, which used to be Ebates. And number two, they always have a free gift with purchase. Always. And then they're always having a sale. And you can get stuff that you can't get in Ulta or Walmart. I'm in love with their Gilded Light Luster and their, I think, is it Gilded Violet? I don't know. Both of those two eyeshadow palettes, I went back and forth when they first came out, because they came out right before 2020. And I was like, do I need them? No. Do I want them? Yes. Did I buy them? No, I didn't. So I'm actually not going to set my under eyes. I don't like to set my under eyes unless I just have to. And this is setting down okay. I normally don't like to set my whole face either. But since I didn't use an illuminator underneath my foundation, and this isn't quite as glowy as it claims, and it's a little bit sticky, I went ahead and used this all over my face. So I can blend out my blush and my highlighter and my bronzer. Speaking of bronzer, this is the California Beeman bronzer in the color, the golden one. She dark. But I think, is it Gilded Violet? I don't know. Both of those two eyeshadow palettes, I went back and forth when they first came out, because they came out right before 2020. And I was like, do I need them? No. Do I want them? Yes. Did I buy them? No. she's shiny. This bronzer is so shiny, which I don't mind. I mean, I want to glow to the gods because I'm older. I'll be 42 in April. My skin's really dry. It can be kind of dull. So I like adding products that glow. So I love this. The problem is it's really dark. So I'm going to dump in like 2 times, tap it off. I'm going to go back and forth on my hand before I take it to my face. Because yesterday I didn't do this. Well, I did this on like this side, and then the other side. I mean, look at that. See how much color it's still put down? Buff, buff, buff. I'm going to come back in with my powder brush in a minute and buff this out. But yeah, I mean, it still deposits a huge amount of product. And I just did that barely. I mean, it's going to take me 10 years to use up this bronzer. But yeah. Do a little bit on my nose. Kind of go across my nose. I like to put it where the sun would, you know, normally hit your face. So that's the bronzer. I'm also going to add this to my eye, but I want to finish my face first. For highlight. So I added this to my project pan after I filmed that video, so I will have to go back. The other thing I added to that project pan after I filmed my video was this ColourPop. This is what I'm using for our eyeshadow base. Maybe, I don't know. I also have a MAC paint on it. Need to use up. But what I'm going to use for highlight today is the Stila eyeshadow in Kitten. When I was very first watching YouTube, somebody used this as their highlight, and I was like, that's beautiful. And the only thing because I wasn't like huge into makeup, and I was watching, you know, a few people, and everybody was using that Mary Luminizer from the Balm, and I was like, I don't even know where to find that in my life, let alone, you know, buy it to put on my face. So I went ahead and just got this because I could get it on Sephora. Because I don't think, does Sephora carry the Balm? I thought only Kohl's carried the Balm. I don't even know. Anyway, plus this wasn't quite as big, and I thought, oh, I could go through an eyeshadow. Who knew that I would fall in love with all the highlighters? But that's one thing I've learned. I think I mentioned this in my Project Pan video, is that I will never buy another face palette ever in my life. Like, ever. Because you just cannot go through them. You just cannot. So, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and leave that. I mean, I'd have to put like a color corrector on it, and I'm not in the mood to do that. Gonna bring in my blush, and I'm gonna do the Citrine Rose glowy because it's just so pretty. Just so pretty. And what was I using as my blush brush? This one, this kind of stippling brush from Wet n Wild. This is another one that you don't need a whole lot of color with. I'm gonna start back here. Kind of work my way forward. It's just so pretty. Look at that. So pretty. Oy, I love it. I don't bronze up or contour my double chin because my double chin sits right here. If like it's set a little bit further back, like if it wasn't as much a gobbler, I probably would contour and bronze underneath my chin. I don't know. I just find that I don't know. I don't want a dark double chin, you know, right where everyone can see it. So, okay, I'm going to bring back that big powder brush with nothing on it, and I'm just going to buff these 3 together. Going to buff my forehead. Tone this down a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish my under eyes. Oh, I'm going to use the bronzer and a liner brush. And I'm going to add it to the top and bottom lash line because I didn't buy an eyeliner pencil. That's another thing I'm never going to have to buy again in my life is eyeliner. I don't use it all that often. So it's like, do I really need this? Nope. And I'm not trying to make this dark because I want to keep this eye look kind of light. But just adding a little definition at the eyelash line. Just kind of, yesterday when I did it, it was like a difference. I don't know if you can tell a difference right now. But for me, I felt like I could really tell, especially on the under eye. Another brush from Shop Miss A. Stay as close to my lash line as I can. And just blend that out. Okay, before I go any further, I'm going to go ahead and set my face. So I bought this Radiant Finish setting spray from NYX. Let me show you something. I haven't shook it or anything. Spray my hand. See that? It is brown. It's got some gold mica in it, I'm guessing. So if you're going to use this, you have to shake it to Jesus. If you don't shake it to Jesus, you're going to have brown water all over your face. So I'm going to shake it to Jesus. Come out a little further. The sprayer also isn't the best, but if you shake it up, you don't have any of that effect. And I mean, I'm looking pretty luminous and I kind of like it. So I think I'm going to go off camera and put on some lashes and the mascara. The mascara I'm using today is, that is not mascara, Misty. The NYX Worth the Hype. This is okay. I love the brush. I'm not so in love with the formula. So let me put some eyelashes on and I'll be right back. Okay, lashes and mascara is on. These don't look too bad. These are from Shop Miss A. I don't remember the style, but they're $1.88 per pair. So pretty inexpensive. Most of the stuff on their site is $1, but they do have some stuff that they sell for a little bit more than $1. And then they donate to a couple of charities. So like everything that's pink, I'm pretty sure goes to a, like, save the pets, you know, save animals kind of thing. And then they also work with a children's not therapy, Misty, charity. So okay, so I am going to use a blush along with some glosses. So I got this came in a 3-pack. It was their Love at the Disco or whatever their holiday thing was. And I've got this kind of pinky glitter, a clear, and then this light kind of pink. This is a lip. These are all their lingeries. So I'm going to use the glitter one. This is just glitter and it doesn't have a color on it. So I'm going to take my blush and I'm using the matte blush. I'm just going to put it on my finger. I'm going to pat this onto my lip. And this basically becomes a matte lipstick. And I probably need a, I probably need a lip liner. I don't have one. So my nails look like crap. You guys know I love getting my nails done. I love having my nails done. But I haven't had my nails done since September. I had, like, the end of September. No, not even the end of September. I was letting them grow out because I knew I had to take them off for my surgery. So I didn't add any more back on. And I haven't bit my, like, I was a nail biter until I was 35. So I haven't bitten my nails in 6 years. The minute I took off my nails, and they were my real nails. I'm talking about I took off the acrylic powder because I did the dip powder. All gone. And I can't, I could keep trying to grow them out so I could at least do them at home. Nope. It doesn't want to do it. So yeah. So there you go, darlings. A full face of NYX minus the highlighter and the lashes. But I really love, oh, I forgot my inner corner. I'm like, what's missing? My inner corner highlight. I really love how this eye look came out. I mean, it's not something that I would do every day, of course, but I still really like it. I'm gonna go ahead and wet my brush after putting, and I'm just using the Stila on this. But I want it to really pop. These lip glosses taste pretty dang good. Not like I'm trying to eat it, but you know how it is when you put on a lip gloss. You can kind of taste it in your mouth. So yeah. But anyway, this is it. Thank you so much for watching me today. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Fantastic. I'm about to film my word of the year video, my weight and update video. So you're going to see this look a couple of times this week. This makeup video should be up on Sunday. What is that, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th? The 12th, I think, 12th or 13th. I don't know. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you. Let me know down below if you have NYX, if you've tried it, do you like it? Have you tried this foundation? What do you like about it? What do you don't like about it? But yeah, so thanks so much for joining me, guys. I'll see you real soon. Bye for now.